what's up guys, and today I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to, I've seen several videos. I'm going to talk about my story on how my life has gone so far. Hopefully I can learn, hopefully I can help people with their own stuff, and you never know, you know? And I'm going to be using Beat Saber as a background because it's the least distracting thing that I can do, really. So, first off, I'm going to turn down the volume, if possible. Should have done this previously. That's 0. Is it possible for me to turn down the volume? No. Here, I'm just gonna turn down my VR headset volume. There, less distracting for me, I guess. And I'm still here. Here, I'm gonna turn it up a bit more. Oh, wait, I'm accidentally. Oh. Feeling sick of confusion, give into the robotic focus and out with the human. Round button. Shouldn't I have done this before actually recording? There we go. There, that's good. Alright, so as I was gonna talk about, to start, I'm gonna mention that the main part of, or the main cause for my previous depression, really, he has changed by this point. Don't harass or anything, really. Don't mention it, just honestly. But, with that being mentioned, that he's changed and whatnot, get to talking. So, where do I start? I guess I'll start at the very beginning when I first met him. So, in like 2nd grade, I met Subject. And back then, we had this, like, per se, from what I can recall at least, this isn't going to be entirely accurate, of course. But, so, basically, we had this friend group, if I remember correctly, once more. It was me, Subject, and another kid. He's not really relevant to the story, so no offense to him, but we kind of discarded him most of the time because we didn't really like him back then, so anyways, maybe it's the pills that I've been taking, but I feel overclocked, overworked, that is so hard to talk to, I got to stop. Turn the plan on, turn the fan on, melting from the inside. Well, anyways, basically, what happened, well, after that, like, next school year, I'm gonna say, I completely forgot that I had known him, honestly, and just continued on with my school year, you know, until way later, in 5th grade. By that point, I had already met Maddox, then, in 4th grade, and then, in 5th grade, Maddox had introduced me to Subject, and because she was also in the class with them, Neo, so made a new friend from that. And well, later, I decided, hey, I'm gonna ask him if he has Roblox or if he plays Roblox. Because, you know, friend that I used to play with. And so I was kinda excited and wanting to play with him or hang out with him outside of school and play Roblox with him. And so I did so. Sure, why not? I'll do this. And so I did. And so I asked him for his Roblox, or more accurately, asked him if he had Roblox. He said that he does, and so one step after another, I asked for his username, and we started playing together. At first, it started with just him using chat to type, until I learned that he had this app called WeChat, and so we started using that until he finally asked his dad to get Discord. I know it seems like I'm just yapping about absolutely nothing right now, but trust me, I am yapping about something. Or I'm getting to the point, really. Basically, we would play Roblox, and eventually he got Discord. But during that entire time, the entirety of that time, he kind of just verbally picked on me, I guess. Verbally bullied, I guess some would put it, verbally abused me, in a way. I would mess up in a game, and then he would get mad at me, and back then, and when we first met, originally, he would use caps lock to express that he's mad, because honestly, it's really the only way to show that you're mad in chat box. And then we got WeChat, he would express his anger, and well, anger. And then, so on and so forth, I've gotten several meetings to the school counselor. It didn't really help as much. Didn't really help me that much. So, basically, I had, again, several visits to the counselor. I became good friends with every counselor. Wow, surprise! But, over time, he got Discord. We talked on Discord, and during, like, the second year of it, so, like, 2 years ago, because this has been, like, a thing for, like, how long? Like, 3 total years, really? Here, I'm gonna... Anyways, and so...
1, 2.
This would be like a cycle. He would get mad at me on Roblox, and he would show that he's mad at me. No matter what app we use to chat, really, he always expressed his anger in some way or another, and he always got mad. This would always be a cycle, really, where he would honestly just... It'd be like this cycle where he would yell at me.
2.
We wouldn't be friends for a bit. And well, eventually we'd like meet back up or something. Because again, we had school together. So.
Here we go.
And well, he constantly yelled at me. He, again, mostly has his anger under control now. I was honestly, from what everyone else was telling me, to leave him. And honestly, honestly, back then they might have been right. But this would be like an infinite cycle, and previously, when I was 8 years old, I had this friend.
Here we go.
And she got kicked from the trailer park that I live in, really. And so I had the worry of that, of like, if she was doing okay and whatnot. Plus, the constant pressure of his expectations for me in games. I can't do this one, but I can get it. But anyway, so basically, yep, I had the pressure of both of those things, and then I had the growing pressure of also not feeling good at anything. Because see, Draco over here. Sorry, I know he doesn't like me calling him by his real name, but honestly, who hasn't heard his real name on my channel at this point? So. But anyway, so. I can't do this. Anyway, so, Draco, he was like the secondary person that was good at games. I was the one that was trash at games. Neo was good at art. I wasn't that great at, I was horrible at art, too. And then also, also, subject, I know you're probably going to be watching this today. Or some point. I know you didn't know it felt like that you were making me feel like this, but during like the entirety of where is there? During like the entirety of 7th and 8th grade, I almost always felt left out, cause see, I would meet up with them with Subject and Neo, and I would talk every now and then. I'm pretty sure I actually did tell him that I kind of felt like this, but the feeling didn't change really. But basically, every time we would meet up, Neo and Subject would be ahead of me and just talking about whatever. Meanwhile, I would be behind them, just being there, just existing. And well, I honestly always felt left out. So, there's the feeling of that along with the crushing expectations. Or the constant expectations. Or whatever the word is, you know? Sorry, I'm trying to joke around while still being partially serious, you know? Because I can't have a video where I don't joke, you know? Like, come on. Anyway. Because I don't gotta make this video entirely depressing, you know? Anyway, so I basically had the crushing expectations of that in 5th grade, so we're going back to when I first met him, or re-met him, per se, from my view. In 5th grade, that is when I met Izzy the Kid, I'm gonna call him, for privacy reasons, because it's his username. It's an easy name I can give him. So, Izzy the Kid, or on VR, as he's seen, Izzy the Slayer. Honestly, I met him. He kept me mostly stable, but not entirely, I would say. But, yeah. He kept me mostly around because, honestly, he's my favorite cousin. Yet I haven't really met all my cousins, but honestly, I don't think anyone can really meet all of their cousins. So, yeah, I failed that. I meant to do one-handed. There it is, my savior. Again, not trying to make this video entirely depressing, but come on, man. I can do this one. Anyways. So I met my cousin in 5th grade. He kept me mostly ground. I can joke a lot with him. So. Anyway, so continuing on. I accidentally hit that mode down. But over time, I just became more controlling over my, mostly over just yelling emotion, really, when he's yelling at me. So, whenever he yelled at me, rather than crying, because he made it feel like crying was like this like emotion that you can't express, so. Whenever I would cry, he would like put me down. And again, I'm gonna state this once more. He has changed for the most part. So. But anyway, so. Well, again, he made it feel like I couldn't express my sadness, so I just kinda learned to control my emotions and became more, I guess, numb? I don't know. But then, later on, this is still in 8th, this is back in 8th grade, where there was this time where, and again, this is all while I was still recording videos, so, basically, it's like the moment that broke, I guess. I guess it would, yeah. And well, basically, there was this, Discord server that we would have, that me, Draco, and some others had. And also, I'm not saying I'm the only victim here. I'm saying that Draco, he was also getting yelled at, and it's not as often, really. But, and Subject had his own stuff going on, too. I'm not gonna talk about that, I'll let him mention that if he really wants to. Because it's not my stuff to talk about, man. So, basically, Subject would take on Draco, but we had this Depression is Okay, this server called Depression is Okay, mostly just between all my friends, really. And there was this channel called Hating on Guide, or, because he was at the time called Guide. And, see, I didn't use it for really much of anything other than just venting, but I was honestly just as wrong as Draco was, I guess. I mean, felt like it. So, honestly, yeah. So, Guide, or Subject, eventually got added to that channel by a specifically feminine looking and acting male, to put it. I'll be honest. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to do that. Menu. Thank you. I want to do 2 hands, please. Anyways. So. Basically, he had his own stuff going on. Again, don't blame him, but basically, a lot of people were telling me to no longer be friends with him, and etc. And so, yeah, heck, even my own mother was telling me that I need to let him go, but I was a little too forgiving, or as others would consider. I don't know, really, what I was being. I was being a little too forgiving, to put it into words, I guess. For the sake of understanding. I was being a little too forgiving, and forgave him 24/7. Like, if he would ask to be friends again, then I would instantly be like, oh yeah, sure, well, why not? And trust me, I had several reasons as to why not. But I was a little dum-dum. Shoot. And, to honestly give, like, a view as of what it was like, some words he would call me, would be like, calling me, for the sake of YouTube, I'm gonna blurt it, but, motherfucker, he would call me a dump 24/7. That's one really notable one. So, really notable one is dumb. So, yeah. That'd be like his go-to, really. Honestly. From what I could assume. Or from what I could tell. And whenever he would, say, like, new slang, new phrases for slang, like rage bait, he would make me feel, like, really stupid and say, like, and, like, just put me down about it, like, be like, how do you not know what it means, you know, like, yeah, he said rage bait, and I was like, what, rage bait? I was like, yeah, you don't know what rage bait is? Come on, man, you know? And so I can't do this one. Paxton can agree. Or error. Whatever I'm gonna call him, honestly, at this point. But, honestly, again, didn't feel that great at much of anything. So. Basically, yes, and, when back to the, sorry, my ADHD trailed off, basically, back to the whole thing with me being, with the whole Depression is Okay server, so when he was added to the server, me and Draco instantly knew that something was insanely wrong, or gonna be wrong.
You're shaking hands
Something was
with
gonna
him.
be bad, we instantly knew it was going to be bad. And so, basically, what had happened was he got invited to the server, and he first talked to Draco, if I remember correctly. And then, looking down at my phone, because it was late, it was like 12, like a little after 12. It was late. And then, the first DM, the moment I saw his profile picture pop up, I knew I was fried. I knew that I had the provable, the very evidence-given excuse of that I was only venting, but honestly, again, I was just as much at fault as everyone else, seemingly. So, you know, seemingly I was just as much at fault as everyone else. So. And then over the I don't think I really talked that much in that DM, because again, staying silent was like my specialty, and he would get mad at my silence, so he would kind of make me feel like crying wasn't okay, but at the same time staying silent wasn't an option either. But what else is there to be mad? Because I'm not gonna be mad at him because he's right, or was right most of himself. Honestly, so I wasn't gonna get mad at him, but like, what else is there to feel in that moment? Joy? How am I supposed to feel joy when he's yelling at me, you know? So, found that kind of stupid, where he would just get mad at me for crying, yet I can't be silent either. Where I can't not experience emotion, you know? Felt kind of like that. And well, Lord, I hope this VR has enough battery. I'm honestly glad it's lasted this long. But, anyways, so, yeah, really, so, over time, sorry, my ADHD trailed off again. So over time, throughout the messages, the DMs, I just began to shake, and my brother, who at the time, with his significant other, I'm gonna say, because biologically female, goes by male, yeah, don't know what to call him, like his husband or wife or spouse, so we don't know what he'd prefer to be called in terms of like Richard's like wife, spouse, husband, so we just say his spouse or his significant other. So my brother and his significant other were out in the living room. They were giving invitations to their wedding at the time, and I couldn't help, I needed air, and so I was shaking. I needed air. I was shaking greatly. Again, I needed air, so I went out. I walked through the living room. Was asking somebody was okay. Ignored that, and just continued on with what I was doing, going outside to get air. And I just couldn't help but continue to look at my phone while outside, even when I wanted to get some air. And so my mom walked outside, asked if I was okay, and if I'm correct, ended off hugging me, and I walked back inside. But one very sticking out nickname that I know he gave me. I said how I was shaking to someone who I thought I would trust. I forget who it was that I said that I was shaking. And he gave me a very significant nickname to my shaking. AKA, oh come on, like, to put it in a sentence, like an example sentence, oh come on Mr. Shaky. Yeah, I was shaking. I don't think that was a good nickname to call me at the time. So, yeah, I don't think that was a good nickname mostly for my mentality to call me Mr. Shaky. Because that's just showing that you're joking at a serious moment. No, I'm pretty sure I told him that I was shaking. Maybe, I don't know. But basically, told me Mr. Shaky. Wasn't that great for me mentally. It wasn't a great name to call someone who was literally freaking out, you know? So, again, not trying to keep this completely depressing, so I'm gonna joke here and there. This is tough. Whew, ow. Anyways, so called me Mr. Shaky, didn't help really. Next day, school arrives. Yep. Me and Draco decide to go to the counselor. Again, I was like practically best friends with the counselor. And so we went to the counselor, and I asked if it was okay for me to get my phone to show evidence that he was calling me like Mr. Shaky and ruining my mentality even more, you know? Oh, dear God. Okay, I gotta redo that. And basically, I got permission, and so what does my cousin want, bro? Anyway, I got permission to,
Let's go.
I got permission here. I'm gonna pause this and just call him, honestly. Chats. What does brother want? Hello, what do you want, bro? I'm recording a video right now. I'm basically telling a story about my depression. Yes, you were mentioned, by the way, as my favorite cousin. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to yapping. If you want, you can listen. I'm gonna screen share. Sure, why not? We can play together. Menu. Seeing as I already have it open, I guess I'll create it. Nice. I'm surprised. I'm really glad that my VR has so much battery, or has good battery life right now, or else I wouldn't be able to talk. Anyways, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna continue yapping. So, what was I talking? Yeah. Me and Draco, we went to the counselor. Yada yada. I pulled out my phone, showed her the messages. Also, Isaiah, if you want a recap, you can just watch the video. I can just send it to you if you wish. But anyways, let me know when you're ready for the code. Again, just let me know when you're ready. Now it says you're playing Beat Saber. Anyways, so showed her my phone, yada yada. After that, I forget what happened really during the school day. Pretty sure, the usual happened, and I did the example of what I was saying earlier of me being too forgiving. Basically, my ADHD. Don't you just love having squirrel moments, right? Squirrel. There's a squirrel right there. Anyways, squirrel moment. Speaking of, anyways, as I was saying, a little while later, after that day, I eventually learned from my mistakes, stopped being friends with him, and then Isaiah. See, I'm into, like, currently, so far, I'm into, like, from when I was 8 years old to when you last came down here, Isaiah. Or Izzy. Which was, like, June to August. Like, June to August. No, it was like 4 months ago. 3 months ago would have been like August. Which was when I went up there with you. Anyways, so while Isaiah was down here, I was still dealing with some of the stuff. And then when I went up there with him from just the beginning of August to August 18th, throughout most of those days, I was bombarded by messages from him saying, hey, I've changed, yada 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 yada, and more yada. Most of that entire time, Isaiah can vouch, most of that entire time I just laid in the sleeping bag and watched YouTube shorts. I just laid in the sleeping bag watching YouTube shorts, Isaiah can confirm. Yeah, play COD. I don't know. While I'm still waiting, basically, like how he's changed and yada yada. And then I get back home. Or, well, I come up with an excuse. I say that my mom doesn't want me playing with him anymore. Or, not an excuse, a lie. How my mom didn't want me playing with him anymore. I remember telling you that that's what I would do, or what I would attempt to do, if I remembered. And if I remember correctly, I told you that I would do that. But, basically, on my way home, while I'm in the car, I said that my mom doesn't want me playing with him. Came up with the lie. I told my mom about it, that I would lie. But, yeah, lying just ain't good, honestly. I mean, she never said it, she just told me. And by the way, Isaiah, you know who I'm talking about by this point, right? Guide, subject. He has several names that I call him. White hoodie 14-year-old. I mentioned that several times. Yeah. Anyways. Back to my story. Back to the story of the ancients. Anyways, long before time had a name, the first ninjutsu master. Sorry, you're good, Isaiah. You're good to joke around. I'm not trying to keep this video entirely depressing. I'm not trying to keep this video entirely depressing. I'm not trying to make people depressed. The code? Oh, what is... Well, okay. But anyways. Continuing on. Hold on, let me check my battery real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I am good, bro. Let me see my battery right now. I've been doing this for a little over an hour. A little under, actually. A little under an hour. And it's at 68%. So I think I'm good, man. Alright. Anyways, so basically, where was I? Right, that's where I was at. I was at where I was on my way home, yeah. I get home, and then some point later, during like January, February, March, April, May, June, August, September. I mention, I tell him that it was just a lie, and that I apologize, and yada yada. And so, ADHD, am I right? And so, he told me that, that I should at least give him a chance to prove that he changed, and honestly, he was right. Can't just hide in the dark forever. You gotta take leaps of faith. Am I right? /ref. Oh, code. YLI GA. Anyways, so yeah, sorry Isaiah if this isn't what you hoped for, but I'm probably gonna be yapping most of the time. Y like you. L as in look. I as in, well, it's obvious. G as in grandma. And A as in apple. Anyways. Here. Am I screen sharing? No, I'm not. Here. If I can, I'm just gonna make it easier by screen sharing. Wait, that stopped my recording! Wait, that stopped my recording! Wait, did it? Wait, I don't think it did stop my recording. It just got rid of the red dot. Yeah, no, it didn't stop my recording. Yippee! Anyways, whew, jump scare, am I right? I'm going back to share view, cause, whew, that was a jump scare, man. Why? Like you. Why as in you? Mm-hmm. Let me guess. Alright, you created one. You know what? When me and Draco tried doing 2 people alone... When me and Draco did 2 people alone, I'm pretty sure the code didn't work, so maybe we have to make it 3 people. For it... Okay. So maybe we should try making it 3 people instead. Okay. Anyways, so people, people are watching this video. I told them, I said I apologized if I remember correctly. Yada yada. Isaiah left the call. Yada yada. I'm gonna leave the call. And, he just call me back if he wants to. So, I apologize. Later on, so I did give him a chance. Okay, he's calling me again. Hello. Anyways, as I was saying, later on, I did give him a chance, and, here, I can just create one. Why am I getting a call from another Izzy the Slayer? It said Izzy the Slayer was calling me with your avatar. Weird. Anyway, I don't know. Anyways, so, I gave him a chance. If I remember correctly, that chance, went mostly to waste, because in the end, I told him my opinion of Block Tales and that I didn't really like it. And then he, a little bit, only a tad reasonably, crashed out. He kind of reasonably crashed out. It was kind of a reasonable crash out. But I was just giving my opinion, and I hoped that he would respect that, knowing that he had most changed. Here, I'll just create it. 3 people, creating server, yada yada. Any day now. Come on, buddy. Thank you. Code H L F like fa X like xylophone, I guess, because that's the start of xylophone. Yeah. K like kite, or kill. Yeah, that works. Anyway, so I gave him a chance, and then either later on or that same day, he kind of threw it to waste, because I had hoped that he would respect my opinion, which he seemingly didn't, and got into the whole yap about how all his friends don't play the same games as him. Again, a little kind of reasonable, but again, I was giving my opinion, my personal opinion. And, so, I gave him my opinion about Block Tales, that I didn't really like it, yada yada, because he wanted to play Block Tales. Shush, this is my story. Shush. Silence! Silence. I didn't ask for thy feedback. Anyway, so he didn't really like my opinion, my personal opinion, because he asked to play Block Tales. I gave him my personal opinion because I didn't really like Pit, mostly. That was like the part I didn't like, and he was like going on how that's the whole part of the story, like you get buffs. Sure, what if what if I really don't care about the buffs, though? What if I don't want the buffs, you know? I mean, I've done just fine so far. I don't really need the buffs. I know they're a viable aspect of the game. I honestly don't care that much, though. It's the pit, really. I don't really care for it. It doesn't give me thrill. It doesn't engage me into the game, really, for me. I know, that's just my personal opinion. HLF XK. L F X K. K like kill. Oh man. Here, why don't you create a 3-player one? Okay, I think your internet just sucks. Why don't we both just do it? No. Why don't we both just solo things? Like solo our own things and we can still talk. Okay. Anyways. I don't want to keep you guys, I don't want to keep the viewers bored by just standing there, you know? But anyways, so, basically, he didn't really care that much. He didn't really like my opinion that much because he kind of crashed out. And then he went to a psychological game. Because who doesn't when they're mad or depressed or in a depressed state? You know. A psychological game. It's psychological. Anyway, so yeah, I gave him my opinion. Later on, he hasn't really yelled since. I think I remember him saying that he got mad at me once. I don't know for certain, but I know he got mad at me. I know for a fact he got mad at me one time about the whole opinion. And so, you know. But so far he's been able to keep it. And, so most of my previous months were just, emotionally healing, I guess. Mentally healing. Either way, I guess.
Overworked, over and over, too hot. I got to stop. Turn the plan on, turn the fan on. Melting from the inside, trying to stand on fire. Down wires, it's got a virus. Thought I was the new lead. Back to the old trip. Heart goes boom. Trapped in a padded room. A room for powerless flowers who can't bloom.
Eventually,
you can diagnose a ghost just from looking at the stars. In your eyes, I can tell, but you're living in denial. Try out living in hell. You'll be sick of confusion.
If I'm correct, and in like late November, and like somewhere near the start of December, if I'm correct. I found my way to see, my cousin doesn't really believe in the same thing, but I'm gonna mention it because I can! Haha! I found my way to Jesus. Okay, I'm not joking about that. Jesus Christ. I found my name. I found my way to him, and well, I wouldn't say I'm just like, because I honestly, most likely just to be safe, I'm not gonna say that I'm not a lukewarm Christian, because it'd be because I want to be safe, you know. I don't want to say I'm a Christian and not actually be Christian, you know. So, I'm just gonna say, I'm mostly Christian. I believe in Christ. I read the Bible. I pray way more often than I used to. More accurately, I don't just believe that he died on the cross for us, because that's most things that people have been mentioning on their Christian YouTube channels, you know. So, basically,
1, 2,
yeah, I found my way to Christ. I pray way more often. I read the Bible quite a bit. I haven't read the Bible for a bit. I probably should, honestly. But since then, well, that was my bed frame. I'm gonna change position. And there we go. Now I'm gonna restart. That was the wrong hand.
2,
That's the right hand. That's the right hand. Thank you. That's the right hand. Anyways, so I found my way to Christ. Just as most people talk about. Like for an example, I've watched a video of Vince's, or as most people would know, FGTV Duddy, as most people would know him as. I don't know why he gave him his name, but I guess it's kind of goofy, so, you know. But I saw his story about how he had, like, a messed up ear, and honestly, I can't really relate, but I'm not gonna make fun of him for it, you know. But after seeing that, I could tell that some people might follow Jesus, and I don't even know it, like some YouTubers, you know? People don't make it obvious on YouTube, so. Like I haven't, you know? So. Yeah, so I found my way to Jesus, pray way more often. Previously, I just believed in Jesus because my parents gave me a starting point, kind of. So.
Here we go.
Again, we're basically polar opposites. Honestly, if anything, because we're polar opposites, I'd be honestly a little amazed if you weren't, I'd be a little amazed if you weren't atheist, honestly. Because that's basically the opposite of Christian.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
Well, you don't believe in Jesus, so you don't even believe that he died on the cross for us, so. Honestly, I don't think you would go to heaven. You'd probably end up in hell, most likely. If I had to predict, I'm not gonna point fingers, but you don't even believe in Christ or follow him, so I'm being kind of dead honest, you know. But in the end, Jesus is the one who gives the final judgment, or God. And in a way, in a sense, they're both like kind of the same person. One's the Father, him, and one's just, I don't know, really. But anyway, so
Here we go.
in the end, God gives the final judgment. So. With Isaiah, yeah, you haven't even, it's literally almost impossible for you to be depressed. So, you don't even, so,
Here we go.
I guess that's kind of why Yeah, I know, you're literally never angry.
1,
You're just completely chill.
3, 4.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Hey, Isaiah, from this video, you can actually mostly just get my preview on 1, my life, and 2, you can also get my preview of Beat Saber. Hey, maybe this will help you get better.
3.
Here we go.
See, I'm basically just forcing you to get practicing, you know? So that's honestly just like kind of my entire story told to YouTube, bro. If I'm correct, that's literally all there is to it, really. And hey, I remember you used to do robotic movements like, you know, so, your movements are more like in flow, you know?
1,
2,
3, 4.
let's go.
See, with one hand, I'm kind of forced to throw my hands to side low.
Here we go.
Because there's only one hand that I can use. And it goes from, like, all the way over to the right to all the way over to the left, you know?
2,
Hey, Draco, if you're watching this video, are you proud of me, father? I can do ludicrous, expert. Are you proud of me, father? But anyway, so after this, I'm probably gonna end the video, you know, because basically that's basically my entire story told.
4.
Here we go.
S rank, oh yeah! Well, that's basically my entire story told of my life. Basically, with Christianity, my parents gave me a start. Also because we have several Bibles throughout the house, so, or quite a few. No, it's not like it's in the bathrooms or in my. It's not like it's in the bathrooms or in every room there is, you know. I didn't say every room. I said there's quite a few Bibles in the house. As far as I'm aware, I have one, my dad has one. No clue if my mom has one. I don't know. But, yeah, so. Oh, what is this song? I'm a little curious. What's this song? I'm just jumping right in. To show people... Also, to show people how I do with new songs. You know? Brag my skill a little. Yeah, I don't do too well. Okay. That is a bad example of how I do on new songs. Whoa. Picking a random one. Full change. Full charge. Correction. Hey. What was that you said? Okay. As he says he doesn't believe in Jesus Christ, but he says, Jesus Christ. I'm kidding. I know that's just a way of expressing oneself. Here, after this, I'm gonna stop torturing myself. Alright, I'm gonna stop torturing myself. That is basically my entire life story told. So yeah, I hope this helps people who are looking for, who need help with problems that they have in their life. Bye-bye.